Shrinking ourselves feels pretty normal because we have been taught to suffer in silence. We have been taught to stay strong and be quiet. And we have been taught to overwork ourselves. And this behavior, I can say I have watched it in the workplace, especially being a woman, that you are expected to give your all and neglect yourself. You are expected to overextend yourself and never pour into yourself. So the expectations are extremely high within the workplace for a woman, and a woman is required to work just as hard. The woman is required to work even more. The woman is required to exhaust herself to try to prove her worth. That type of nonsense, for lack of better words, is something that I want us to be able to break. I want women to be able to make small changes, to be able to gain and get themselves back. I want women to stop shrinking themselves. But it starts subconsciously with the things we're telling ourselves, unlearning behavior that we've learned from our mom. We've watched our moms overwork themselves. We've watched our moms sacrifice every single thing to the point to where they don't even pour into themselves. They don't give anything to themselves because they've given it out to everyone else. This is in friendships. This is in relationships. This is in work. You give to everybody else till you get to yourself and there's none. I've seen women do these 4 things. I wrote them down. Women who pour until they're empty. Women who never rest. Women who don't ask for help. And women who put everyone first. That is what we do, and we shrink ourselves to nothing. It starts with our subconscious. What are we going to change mentally so that our actions and what we do shift? I want you to practice saying no 3 times a week. Just saying no, or I cannot do that. Say no if you know that you're tired, if you know that you have overextended yourself. I want you to practice saying no 3 times a week. That in itself will start to shift your mind into choosing you first. I want you to notice when you minimize yourself. When you say, oh, I'm fine, knowing good and well you're not. I want you to practice asking. Even when you don't want to, practice asking. Hey, do you mind having someone else take this? Do you mind tabling that till tomorrow? Do you mind scheduling that for another day? Do you mind giving me more clarity on why I should be doing this? You know, get in ChatGPT, whatever you have to do, but redistributing the workload is definitely something that you have to speak up about, because you have been silently just taking it all on. And that is something that you have to step up and do within yourself. And last but not least, stop trying to overwork yourself and stop trying to be everything. It's no way you can be everything. You don't have to earn your love by suffering. So that means stop overdoing it. Stop continually putting stuff on your plate. Stop trying to overwork yourself to prove yourself. You have proven yourself. You know how much you're worth. You know what you bring to the table. Stop trying to be everything for everyone, but nothing for yourself. I struggled with resting. I would feel guilty for resting. And that type of behavior has made me shrink myself. I would get resentment. I would feel guilty for doing anything or having any fun because I allowed myself to be shrunk. I would get burnt out, have a breakdown, come back and burn myself out again. I would never make adjustments. So it became a repeated cycle over and over and over and over again because I never learned how to prioritize myself. I never learned that I can say no. Once I started to really prioritize myself and to say no and to create those boundaries, I realized that the space that I take up is okay. I realized that I deserve this. I realized that I should speak up and get a raise, and did get a raise. Once I started saying no, people started to respect that. Once I started to put my phone on D&D and not answer the phone after a certain hour, when people would call me, they would apologize because they realize I have a hard stop. Things have to stop at this time. Don't bother me. If the building is not burning down, everyone will be okay. And that's something I had to tell myself over and over and over. They will be okay, or I can get to this tomorrow. Deanna, don't get up out of your bed and deal with X, Y, and Z. They will be okay. And if I cannot implore you to do one important thing, I would read the book, Let Them. Once you let them, so much will shift in your life. Once you let them just be who they really are, so many things will shift in your life. So I want to end with this. You can be loving and still rest. You can be kind and still create boundaries. You can support others without abandoning yourself. Small steps, small changes end up being big wins. This week, we're going to practice saying no. We're going to notice when we minimize ourselves. We're going to practice asking, and we're going to stop proving ourselves through exhaustion. I wish you the best of luck. My name is Deanna. Until next time.